Howdy, folks. Welcome to Scuttle Bean Lodge, where the beans are going to be spilled and great stories are going to be told, hopefully before I'm too old. And I'm your host, Farmer Mike, a farmer at heart. Tonight, gonna give your life a jump start. Yeah, always cool. Now, let's go on to the Massey Fair. And I'm just gonna read this out loud because I wrote it out a while back, and now I think we're ready to put it out there. Well, we got some cold uh, winter time right now. We could talk about some nice warm weather. How's that? Warm you up. So the Massey Fair day trip started out great. I went to stop to buy a soft drink at the Shoots store, which is right across from the Shoots Park, just around the corner from the fairgrounds. And I started talking to a lady in a truck in the parking lot promoting the love story I wrote. And then a man came out of nowhere and asked me if he could buy my book. And I told him yes. And he told me he was a local that goes snowmobiling down the street from my house. And he was going to come visit. And after I told him about what we're doing here at my place, me and my friends, building a bird sanctuary. You know, our big thing, getting a bee colony going and revitalizing a pond, getting that kicking again. Great. He said he'll be over, and I've been in contact with that man, uh, and he's going to be coming to visit in some better weather. But anyway, that was so cool. Right at the beginning, before I got to the fair, I ended up selling one of my books, which I was going to go and gift a book at the fair, but I ended up selling one. So that was an amazing beginning. And I just want to say thanks to having the Massey Fair just for that reason. I made a sale. Beautiful. So now the fair had some awesome music during the day, and that was going on all day and part of the night. But from when I entered the fairgrounds, it was amazing because uh, I went to buy a cowboy hat, and I met a young fella from Hanover and all his friends, and we were trying to buy a hat, and we thought we'd try to get the price down on the hat so we'd buy a couple hats each. And the guy didn't want to do that, but we bought the hats anyway because they were so cool. And I was told at the fair that that was the coolest hat that the gal's ever seen on somebody. And I don't think she was giving me a feed of lines. It was real true what she was saying. The hat was so top quality. Anyway, we bought the hats anyway at the price, and we're good with that. And we can't complimented each other on how cool they looked. And then his name was Billy, I remember. And after a while, his friends and I, we walked around and we took a group photo, and we had a lot of fun shooting the breeze. And then we said our goodbyes and I wished them a good, safe trip home. Then I proceeded to the booth of the Manitoulin and North Shore Victim Services and met a very nice gentleman. I think his name was Ralph. And we talked a bit. He told me his story of his past and what he does now. Then the next day, I stopped in again to pick up some brochures from the booth and met a lady who talked to me in a very kind way about how they help people. And sure, you should check them out because they really are kind, helpful people. Manitoulin North Shore Victim Services, a 10 out of 10, all the way around. Um, for who they are, and what they're doing to help people in a kind and good way. On a Galway to you people. So that was fantastic. Then I went to in a building next to where these people were set up, their booth. I met a cool old school old soul who made and sold belt buckles with his wife, and then she made top end jewelry. And this was a great, fine couple of good old schoolers. And I have to say that there was just right out of control meeting super people. I could just keep going on and on. But the best was at the end, I'd have to say, when I met two cool women
selling T-shirts, and I bought the T-shirts from them and chatted a while. And the T-shirts, I think, that said "Back to your roots" in cowboy boots. Now, how could you end a fair with getting two T-shirts? And I sent one T-shirts in Bear Island at my friend's. She's wearing it in Bear Island and near Temagami. And my other shirt that I bought is in British Columbia. My sister's wearing it proudly. So it got out there, gals, and super cool everything. Uh, so anyway, I also met these people selling dog scarves from NHL hockey teams and professional baseball teams, printed on both sides, top quality. And the man told me his story as a teacher in his life. I thanked him for the inspiring story and bought four scarves for him from him. And then his wife was an English literary teacher, uh, and that was the super people. And that's all I have to say on that. Those people. Let's see who else we talk about. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and also I would like to mention um, that along with all the cool, majestic, energizing, invigorating lights on the rides, as the day was gone and the summer sun went down to sleep, and the night arose with great nighttime music to rally the heart and soul. I ended up at the people's booth that sold the candy apples, and they were fantastic too. And but I went back to the scarf people, and I ended up uh, meeting the people again, and they just told me that their uh, daughter got one of the top jobs in the Canadian military for PTSD consoling, and I gifted her one of my love stories, the Great Canadian Love Story, A Grape Tale by Farmer Mike, and I gifted them that for her new job posting. And these people get a 10 out of 10 all day long. So what a bunch of group of nice people. So I just have to say a big thanks to the vendors for selling top quality items, being super polite, friendly to me, and the 4-H club and all the organizers, the volunteers for putting on such a great fair. Only found in Massey. So you got to come back to Massey, all these people that are listening to this outside of Massey, because the fair just holds so much camaraderie and good. And that's what we need more of. So I just say, come to the Massey Fair. You won't be disappointed. I went 2 days. It's one of the best fairs I've been to since I was a little kid. So, yeah. Always cool to you people that put the fair on and everybody that ran it and everybody I just mentioned. And thank you kindly for listening. Farmer Mike says that was great and good night.